All right, we're live.
Surprisingly, I haven't tried yet.
Yeah. So he was here all last week when I was just by myself, which was cool because it made it a little more entertaining. Okay, let me pull this over. So yeah, all right, over the show. Fucking Jerry's back. 174. Tubi. Jarvis Jerry live from Michigan.
Beep, beep, beep.
So I did see two movies, Jerry, at the theater. I went actually. This one was kind of cool. I went. And this is why, Jerry, I felt like shit. Right? Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
But it was with Morg and Duffman, and I couldn't miss the opportunity to go to the movies with Morg and Duffman to see the Paul McCartney flick. And the craziest thing about it too was that I forgot that they both work at the record store. So people like recognize them and shit.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because they're like the record store dudes. I don't even see the documentary on here. I would have figured it would have.
Yeah, what's it called?
Something about wings or something?
Man on the Run?
Or
Paul McCartney.
Yeah, it's Man on the Run.
Yeah, Man on the Run.
Man on Run. Here we go, folks. Jerry's right. I don't know why they didn't pop up. This movie's cool, Jerry. It takes place right when the Beatles. It's a documentary, but it singles out from when the Beatles break up, and Paul's explanation of how that all works out, up and all the way through him doing McCartney 2. So it goes McCartney 1, right? Which was just called his first solo album, right? It wasn't called McCartney 1 at the time. And I don't know if anyone actually calls it that. That might be a Tubi thing. Just want to clarify. And then it's all the Wings stuff, and then him going to jail in Japan, which there was a lot of information that I just didn't know. And when I was talking to my mom about it, she's like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "You never mentioned any of this." She's like, "Yeah, I just didn't think about it. Like now that you're bringing it back up again, yeah, all that happened." And you're like, "Oh wow, super interesting."
Never heard that.
Yeah, he goes to jail for a week for marijuana, and it was supposed to be the Japanese tour. Spoiler on a real life story. When he gets back, Wings breaks up, and he does his second album, his second McCartney 2, pretty much, right? And that's kind of where the movie ends. Really cool documentary if you're a Beatles fan, a McCartney fan, a fan of rock and roll. I highly recommend it. I really enjoyed it. You got like Mick and some other people doing voiceovers periodically throughout it. I didn't realize how much Linda McCartney was involved in Wings, which was really eye-opening. I knew she was a photographer, but I didn't know because she shot the photos for McCartney's first album. That weird table shot is her photo and shit. And it's a real interesting movie. I really liked it. Thought it was really cool. Definitely worth checking out. I think it just hit Amazon Prime. It was only in theaters for a weekend.
That's where I've seen it.
Yeah, it was only in theaters for a weekend, and then it came over here. Also really cool just to see it with Morg, who is a touring roadie for a band. Also, shout out Story So Far is playing Outside Lands this year. So shout out to the boys,
Really?
Will and the
Let's
boys,
go.
Will Morg, my brother-in-law's brother Ryan. Shout out to those dudes. That's pretty fucking awesome. So you got Morg, and then you got Duffman, who's like got one of the craziest vinyl collections, probably locally, maybe has one of the gnarliest local vinyl collections, and is, former pro skateboarder, fucking Corey Duffel. So hearing their two opinions on the movie and shit was super cool too. So even though I was dying of like hay fever allergies, I wasn't going to miss the opportunity to check out that with the boys. Highly recommend it. I'm not going to go into too much deets because I think Sadui, you would really enjoy this. Jerry, I think you would even enjoy it. Just seeing rock and roll at that time period. And like, they're like, oh, the Beatles are breaking up. It's going to crash the market in England. Like, that's crazy to say out loud. You're like,
really? They thought that.
Well, that was like the news outlets and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. Yeah,
it's just how important rock and roll was in music at that time period. And, it's so different. Like, obviously, oversaturation of music and stuff over the last, 50, 60 years. And then, like, Zeppelin coming out, and they take the spot, right? Like, Beatles were the number one band. until Zeppelin comes out. They finally knock him down, and like they mention all that kind of stuff. It's so interesting, and obviously the boys were having a hard time dealing with that. You got to think that George was 16, 17 when they got famous. Ringo was the oldest member. Super interesting, really worth checking out. Amazon if you got it. If you don't, I don't. That's all good. The other movie I saw opening night that I absolutely fucking loved, and I know my good friend Fats boss Nick Simone also really enjoyed it, and I know I consider Fats the other big Scream fan. Me and him always bro down on Scream. We saw it with BK. BK did not like it, which seems to be the general consensus of the world. I will tell you right now, without any spoilers at all, why I liked it. And it's very simple. Neve Campbell is back, and it's her franchise, and as it should have been since the beginning. I personally did not like the last two movies. It has nothing to do with politics or any of the stupid narrative the internet will tell you. I just didn't like it. I think that, what's her name? I hear people think that Chalamet's being pushed on us. I think that Wednesday is being pushed on us, personally. I think that she's in everything that I used to like. Beetlejuice, Addams Family, Scream. It's like one person somehow got every franchise. Well, not every franchise. Obviously, she didn't pop up in a Star Wars. That would have been... If she was in a Star Wars 2, I would have been like, what is going on? Everything I like, she's appearing in. But the last two movies, with them taking the franchise, I didn't like the direction it was going. The last movie, I'll straight up say it. I hated the fucking ghost dad in the back of the car scenes. Do you know what I'm talking about, Jer?
No, I stopped at 4. 4 pissed me off.
Okay.
I could not stand her throwing herself through that stupid table.
I love that. I love 4. Also, Jer hates it. That's Wes Craven's last movie. He dies shortly after that. Shout out to Wes Craven. BK is here. Yep, BK did not like the movie. Jer, you're cracking. You right when you hit the chord, Jer. Right when you hit the chord. I get it, too. I get it, Beaks. It's Scream. It's a corny fucking movie. You think about Scream. Like, when I fell in love with Scream, we were, like, middle school, high schoolers. That's when I first fell in love with Scream. So, like, and I'm there for the kill scenes and the motherfucking... And Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox. They're the last two living members from the original franchise. They've slowly killed everybody off. Well, actually, not even slowly. I think by 5, a majority of everyone was dead.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jerry. But the other weird thing, now talking to Jerry, is that Joel McHale was in it, which that was a little thing I got hung up on just because I watch a lot of what's that show where I don't know the name of it right now.
Like The Soup or
no, the
Community.
One. No, his newer show.
Oh, Animal Control.
Animal Control. I really like Animal Control, so this kind of threw me off a little bit. Him in this.
I saw like a screenshot. I was like, wait, is that him? Because he's like a cop in this, so it was very much just like, wait, am I tripping? And it was like, nope, that's him.
I can see BK going off crazy in the chat here. I only thought personally there's one kill scene that I thought was just like way overboard, and I'll just say it out loud. He Ghostface picks up a body and jams it on a beer thing, and it was just the stupid. It might be the worst kill scene. That one part might be the worst kill in all Scream movies. I won't argue that. I just liked having Neve back, and I also liked that the two. I always enjoyed Jamie Kennedy's niece and nephew. They're the twins. They're on the right side of the poster here. I enjoyed that they were the only survivors from 4 and 5, or my bad, 5 and 6, because I like those two characters probably the best out of all of the characters. Another thing that I personally got hung up on, I do have downsides here. I didn't love Mark Ripa, and I know he uses a different last name, but I'm going to use his wife's last name. My mom watches Kelly. She's been watching it since. What's his name? One on $1 Million was on it. Regis. When it was Regis and Kelly. Yeah. Now it's Kelly and Mark. Mark's right there. I don't know if you can see him. He's on the left side of Courtney. He's really tiny. He also threw me off being in the movie. But that's fine. To be a hater. I'm not a hater. I said I like the movies. I'm trying to catch up.
No, I think it was when you're talking about when you were saying BK didn't like it or whatever.
You didn't, BK, you didn't like it. Let's see here. Does he then say he didn't like it? It's not bad in general.
He says he didn't hate it. He said he didn't like the kills.
Now that to me, most of the kills were with a knife. Actually, almost all the kills. I don't want to go super into deets, but almost every kill is with a knife. I'll say it right here. They gut someone like a fish. Enjoy that. Also, this is the NorCal movie. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed this. I think it was a good push in the right direction for the Scream franchise compared to the last two. I didn't like them also. The New York thing, like, you can't have Ghostface running around a major city like that. It just doesn't work, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I know that,
like, use a shotgun in it as well or something.
Yeah. I know that these this one's very not being received well, but I really enjoyed it. Maybe on a second watch.
I know it's doing really well in the theaters.
But that's horror movies always do, though. You know what I mean? Like, horror movie date night. Like, there was a lot of girls screaming when we went and saw it. I don't know, BK could confirm this. There were some funny screams. BK, the movie technically starts off at, you could see here on the poster, they're burning down. I mean, they burned down the house that was in.
I mean, that's in the trailer.
Yeah. I mean, that is NorCal. And I don't know if they ever actually say, do they say they're not in California anymore? I don't know. I'll have to see it again.
Yeah, they like mention that because, again, I read the plot, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
They're like in Indiana now or something, I think. They're somewhere in the like middle of the country now.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is too, but like BK also isn't necessarily a Scream fan. So the fact that Fats liked it is things what really matters. Like that. If Fats would have said he didn't enjoy it, I would have been like, oh, okay, and taking it more like, because like Fats, like he's big on them, dude. He watches them like once a year. But yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. For the kills and stuff, and I liked the bringing back and seeing a few of the they did a good, in my opinion, showing some of the old characters and the way they did it was fun. But yeah, not for everyone. I like Nev. For me, it's Nev. It's Nev's franchise. Like I want to see Nev.
She's been in it 1, 2, 3, and she was in 4.
She was in 4. Right?
She's
in 5.
Yeah,
she's in 5.
Oh, so it's just 6. That
5.
She wasn't
5.
In.
She makes an appearance and tells the girls like, "Hey, this is what you need to do."
Oh, you gotta like fight back or something.
And then they didn't want to pay her to do 6. It was contract disputes or what have you, because they were already paying those 2 other actresses, assumably.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. Also though, if this was the last one, I don't know. The part of me is like either kill Nev or have her become Ghostface. That's how I look at it.
They can't have her become it, because that's I don't know.
I really thought,
even though again I haven't seen them, I haven't seen the last couple, but like if I heard that it's like, oh, she's now doing it, because I feel there's some other movie where they did that, where it was like, oh, they're now the one doing it for whatever. It's just, I think it would be really hard to have a believable reason why Nev is now the killer. I would so not be into that. Hopefully they don't. Totally. I know.
I see what you're saying.
She was saying like, hey, I'm down to do 8. I know Nev has said that she's like, hey, I'm super down to do 8. So again, I think financially the movie's doing well, so they most likely will.
Yeah, for sure. Because, dude, horror always does pretty decent, like money-wise and shit. Whatever. Like, I'm there for the bad acting and shit, Like, that's what I'm there for. I think if you watch the original Scream, it's not like it was like this, like, epic, Oscar-worthy film.
Weren't they, like, lightly mocking
the horror franchises? Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I wish that's what the twins are supposed to represent, because that was Jamie Kennedy's character. Which the female twin goes into a little bit in this movie. She does a better job, I think, in 5 and 6 on being that character. I would have liked a little bit of the 2 of them a little more, and make maybe, because they seem a little bit more likable in my opinion. And they have more of a bloodline connection without having to do weird ghost flash. I don't know what anyone's talking about. I'm sticking to my guns. 6 is the worst movie I've ever worst Scream film. The flashbacks of the fucking what's his name in the car, it still upsets me.
Something.
Yeah, Billy Ramis or Ramis. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Does it matter?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it though. I personally do. It's not like it's S. I still think for me it goes. Jared's gonna hate what I'm about to say. It goes 1-4 possibly for me. And I see there you go. Jared hates 4, and I would say 4 might be my second favorite.
Again, like four was fine. It really was just they lost me in the ending. It was really just like, oh my god, this is so.
I love that
because again, it was a little bit of like again like it would for me it would be if Nev became the killer, it would remind me of that where she's kind of like, oh, I'm doing this for the likes and tweets and stuff, you know, whatever she said in 4. That it's just like, what? That's such a weak. Like at least like 2, you know, spoilers, whatever, you know, it was like the mom and, you know, it's like the other ones, it seemed like it was a better connection of why these people are upset and not just like,
well, isn't 3 does the producer a stab or whatever?
Yeah, it's like the half brother who's like, yeah, making the movie or whatever. Which again, that one was a little
actually
like,
2's cool. I might go 1, 2, 4. Like but like, I'll be honest, 3 kind of pissed me off because it's like, wait, so you're pulling out a stepbrother all of a sudden? Spoilers, this one's great. Random too, but this one's so random that at least it's not like this weird blood relative that we didn't know existed.
Exactly. Yeah.
3 might, like I was thinking dumb. 2 was 3. Yeah.
Fast and Furious keep adding siblings and shit. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm there for Ghostface. I'm there mainly for Ghostface. I do agree though, BK, that it had one of the worst kills, which was the beer scene. And for me, on a personal level, I just did not like that. But I also think that the girl, and I'm mainly talking to Beaks now through the screen here. I thought the girl in the auditorium scene might be one of the top tier kills. Next to actually the top tier kill is obviously Scream 1, The Garage. If you know, you know. That right, Jared? Like, The Garage has got to be one of the ultimate classics.
Yeah, definitely.
Although, feasibly, that doesn't work because The Garage would not... The pressure would have shot you back down. But that's fine and dandy. That's fine and dandy. Yeah, would have stopped. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool visual. Yeah. I also like Scream is almost Terrifier. Like, I know BK hasn't probably watched Terrifier, but you think this is bad acting, BK. Turn on Terrifier. You'll probably... But it's also like you're not there for the acting when you're watching Terrifier. Mm-hmm. If you're there for the acting, then turn off Terrifier because that's not what it's about. And like, actually, Art the Clown is an amazing actor, but everyone surrounding him is really bad. That girl's not that great.
A little rough.
The girl's really bad, and the brother, I think his name's actually Jonathan. God, I couldn't stand him. I'm not saying run out to the theaters and see Scream either. I'd love to do the tier list, but I think I just kind of said what mine would be. I'd put this one in front of 5 and 6, but it might be at the tail end in front of 5 and 6. I just didn't like the direction it was going with Nev not being in the lead, and that's just my personal. Because I was Jared, remember how long I looked for the box set, and then I finally got it. Like, I was so obsessed. Jared probably remembers this because I think we lived together at the time. I was obsessed with trying to find the Scream box set at Rasputin's.
Yeah.
Because they didn't make it anymore, and you couldn't get it new. And this is kind of like it was harder to find things. And I finally got it.
BK, did you see the new...
I was trying to catch up on BK.
I know you did last summer. Like, if you have seen it, BK, do you prefer the I know you did last summer or this? Because I feel like both, you know, it's a little bit like, I don't know, throwback to 90s movies.
I also was hyped to see Freddie Prinze come back to that. Spoilers if BK hasn't seen it. I don't think that they did him correctly in that franchise. See, I would argue against that.
That's what I was thinking of earlier.
Yeah, it was. He returns in that
super
one.
Super spoilers for that. Yeah.
Super spoilers. If you catch what me and Jared kind of hinting at, and that kind of you know what, Jared, you're totally right because that did piss me off that they went that route.
It's a tough one. It's really tough.
You know what, Jared, you're right. They can't do that. You're right, Jared. Fuck it. Fuck them. They can't do that. That would be stupid.
I don't think I saw any new movies lately.
Other than that, what we were talking about originally. Oh, go ahead, Jared. Go ahead.
I think the most recent thing I've watched was Toxic Avenger.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I mean, it's a fun, silly movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think the thing I was most bummed about is like there's maybe like one or two like big fight scenes in it that it was just kind of like, oh, I wish there was a little bit more. They had like small little stuff.
It's all like a lot of practical effects though, so that makes it kind of more difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. It was a fun little movie. Yeah, I thought they all did good. What's his name? Peter Dinklage and Frodo.
And what's the other dude? Frodo was amazing in it. Kevin Bacon, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon was good.
I think Frodo was definitely...
Well, Frodo just took me by surprise.
Super cool.
Like his whole character
of his
arc, and
character.
that was really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun movie. I didn't like super love it, but it was a good time. Like, I think me and Beak saw it in theaters. It was just fun one to see. Enjoyable. But anyways, Jared, I was telling you about WWE. So I get into it. The game, the reason it costs that much, Jerry, is the base game is like $60. But then they're doing this like, I think it's like a 3-tier thing after that, where it's like you get like these like groupings of different generations or some bullshit. And they like, the price jumps crazy. It's like 100, 120, 160 by the time you're done. And so 160 would be the full roster. The issue with this is because it's an EA 2K game, right? As we know, EA 2K shit, basketball, football, whatever. Do they do soccer? BK and Justin, are you're both here? Or just BK?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
BK, Justin, does anyone know about soccer here anymore, or everyone's out? I don't know. But it's like, bro, I'm not going to spend $160 or $150, whatever it is, and then next year y'all coming out with another one? Get fucked. If they said this was a game for the lifetime span of Switch or whatever, I might be inclined to do so. But to pay...
EA does do a soccer game.
Yeah, can we pull it up right here? Who does soccer? That's what I'm asking you, Jay.
EA.
Or Sadu? I mean,
EA Sports FC 26.
Oh, so it is EA. It is EA. Okay. Yeah, fuck EA, dude. That EA has got to be one of the worst companies out there, by far, with the video games and how they're doing it. All right, so here you go. I got it on screen right now. So the base game is $70, right? And you get whatever, like you get the standard fucking game, which would be all the current roster.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like it's probably
a lot of the current roster.
Like
although
Mick Foley.
I see Kane and Undertaker right here. So maybe they come in it too, but like this guy fights in NEX. These. Wow, that's crazy. That match was on
Mysterio.
That's Rey Mysterio Jr. Dom Mysterio.
Yeah.
Dom Mysterio.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't consider himself that. If you watch pro wrestling, quick little thing, they still are playing the storyline that his dad actually is Eddie, and they still do that. They're still doing that, which must be weird for Rey. If you remember, if you're a diehard WWE fan like myself, when Eddie first came to the WWE, they did a storyline where he told Rey Mysterio that he had sex with his wife and that his child might be his.
Dude,
which is crazy.
Storylines.
Well, what's crazy, Jared, they're holding that storyline up. He even said recently, like, he said, my dad taught me how to do certain moves. He's talking to Rey Mysterio when he says that. And he's not talking about Rey. It was like a little beef between the two of them. I don't like Dom. He plays a heel, though. But anyways, point being, guys, you got that. And then if you want to get DX and my man, the game, you got to get this, which seems like they got the same fucking photo. So I don't know how you even know what the difference is here. Must be somewhere in this information. It explains it. Now, the whole reason this got brought up is because Addy was the one that was like, bro, remember how much we used to play wrestling video games? Like, what's up with that? And I was like, I don't really know. So then I did a little dive to try to figure it out. But it's not, to me, as much I would love to play a wrestling game, because I did used to love playing wrestling games when we were growing up. I mean, WCW versus NWO or WrestleMania 2000 or No Mercy. All three of those games, man, I wore the fuck out of those games. But by the time you're getting this thing, and look, Jared, they even already have additional packs out. It's like, what? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and then if you want the full kit and caboodle, it's
Visual
$150,
everything.
bro.
Oh my god.
$150.
Classic Rock though with the sunglasses.
Oh, dude, Jerry, you get him like
hair.
you get him like his
Bischoff.
highlight years and shit. Like it's pretty crazy. Like you could change it to where like you want the Rock from 2000 when he wore remember the $800 shirts or whatever. Yeah.
Silk
yeah.
shirts and
Silk
stuff.
shirts and shit. You can have that one, or let's say you want Rocky when he used to wear it when he first came and he was Rocky Malvia. And he had the weird little dangly things, or you get the Rock when he was a part of the Nation domination. You forget, you know what I'm saying? They got them all, and each one, the way it works, Jer. I did a little research. These wrestlers now have a rating to 100, right? So their highlight year, like Rock in 2001, he might have been a 95, but then like 3 years later or whatever, when he came back or something, he was in the 80s. And that means how good they're going to be. I don't know, bro. It seems like a lot of information, to be honest, and I don't think I'm going to be buying this because of that. They just make it too complex, and it's.
And like you said, they're gonna release another one that is just like, geez, okay, so I'm shit out of luck, a year later have to either add on or like again buy a whole new game. Jeff Hardy, that's bogus.
Jeff Hardy? That's because he's not in the WWE right now.
But
Jeff Hardy's still wrestling, Jer.
Yeah, but still.
No, but he's not. That's a bigger picture situation going on right now, to be honest. Now, will Jeff Hardy
not in it?
Yeah. The Hardy Boys
Matt?
They're still wrestling. They're still wrestling.
But not in WWE.
AEW. Yeah. They've wrestled the Dudleys or whatever not that long ago, and the Devon finally retired 100%. I think that was last year. Devon retired at 50 something. Devon retired, right? But he's also already he's in the Hall of Fame. He's already in the Hall of Fame for the WWE. The Hardys will get inducted in the Hall of Fame, but they need to retire first, actually, from wrestling at this point, or
they'll be back in the games.
Come back and leave their contract or whatever, and come back to WWE. Because right now we're back in a Monday Night Wars. It's not actually Monday night, but it's definitely like AEW. AEW is the bad boys. Like it's rated, I think, like for older people, like for adults, because like they're still doing hardcore matches in the whole 9 yards, right? WWE is not. WWE, you can't even do a headshot with a chair, which makes sense. Yeah. I think remember I dive real deep. Remember when Mick Foley took 11 headshots to the head when he was handcuffed behind by The Rock? Yeah, I think that had some repercussions with the WWE. I don't think they've been doing headshots for a while, dog. I don't think they've been doing headshots. Like they did, like I said, I've been watching again. I've watched the last 2 Raws because it's on Netflix. Last night, Paul Heyman took a shot to the back with a chair from Roman Reigns. Or no, from holy shit, Seth Rollins. I watched it last night. I'm already forgetting. Paul Heyman also, I gotta say this. Paul Heyman is the last good actor. Beeks was talking about bad acting. You want to see bad acting? Turn on the WWE, because the wrestling is amazing. I have to say this.
But like when they're doing their lines and stuff.
Yeah. The acting is horrific, but everybody is willing to climb up on the poles.
Yeah. So I'm now looking at the AEW
Black Keys
roster.
Black Keys are playing Lake Tahoe. My mom just texted me. When I saw my mom text it, I was like, oh, maybe this is something important. And then it's like, no, Black Keys are playing Lake Tahoe. Like, thanks, Mom. Black Keys are playing Lake Tahoe. Great. Update for BK if you're here, Beeks. Black Keys are playing Lake Tahoe.
I mean, they're dropping a new CD really? This year.
Yeah, like the in-ring performance, like everybody's an athlete, more so than when we were watching as kids. Like when we were kids, there was a lot of like tie-ups and the slap thing. They would do that for fucking hours. Like Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. Hey, look, they had great careers and stuff, but let's be honest. Macho Man would throw one flying elbow off the top rope. The rest of his match was pretty boring. Just keeping it real. I watched those matches growing up. All those old men were boring. I got to give credit. Logan Paul, he's a douchebag, but that boy is willing to climb up and fly, Jer. Like those guys, a lot of them, they're willing to fly, dude. And it's crazy, but the acting is just gotta be the worst it's ever been. And what it feels like to me is from watching a lot of information this past week and a half, and I don't know if this is Triple H, Paul, and Paul, we know you're listening, as Nick D used to say. If he's not allowing them to freestyle enough, and it's too scripted. I know, like Stone Cold said it took. Yeah. Stone Cold's on the record saying it took a long time for Vince to let him freestyle, and that's when he blew up and shit and really became popular. Same with The Rock, same with a lot of those guys. It's like, oh yeah, Vince let us finally like let go. I don't feel like anybody right now is off the cuff. It feels very written. Paul Heyman is the only one that feels natural and off the cuff. Like he's been doing this since we were kids with ECW.
Yeah, he's got to be old as shit by now.
Well, he was pretty young when we were kids. He was probably only in his mid-20s, 30s when we were watching him at ECW. So maybe he's 60? Maybe tops? 70 tops?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess that is a good point. He was probably a lot younger. Yeah, 60. Wow, on the dot.
Yeah, because like, think about it, Jerry. When we were watching him, he just seemed old because we were kids. You know, and now you're like, oh yeah, he wasn't that old, and also he was bald. He's a bald man, so he got bald really early. Yeah, I don't know. Shout out to Paul Heyman.
And like, the suits,
the suits, kind of the whole vibe.
Like,
the whole vibe.
His character of like, no, I'm a man in charge.
I don't and I'm gonna straight up say this. I never have liked CM Punk. Not a CM Punk guy. He bums me out. I hate his stupid Pepsi logo. I'm a Coca-Cola man. Speaking of which, Jared, I did find this. I found this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he's horrible at like him, and now his wife's back, and this, that. It's just like, ugh. Not a fan of them.
Hang on, just look at AJ
Lee?
Oh, okay. I'm way more familiar with her in name.
Yeah. Now I know. Yeah. And her acting too is not great, and the two of them are kind of in control right now because they're both the champs and yada yada, and it's just like a little bit of that. I mainly had it on the background. I've been doing a lot of. I've been playing actually some Final Fantasy VII and shit. That game is actually really cool, man. And craziest graphics so far I've seen on the Switch. But yeah, I was fucking around with that and just putting on the WWE in the background and catching up on some old shit. No, I'm not saying anyone needs to watch at all. Like, it's not good. Like, the matches, the fights are cool, but still, it's not like I still love a good hardcore match. You know, I love a themed match. You know, like a cage or back ball, with a boiling room, or you know what I'm saying, Jared?
Yeah, I've seen like anywhere falls or whatever.
They do that still. They do No Mercy stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Seems like a lot of the wrestlers we grew up, good portion of the wrestlers we grew up on are at AEW, like Billy Gunn, Jericho, Christian.
WWE's real big on not clearing you if you have injuries and stuff, and that's I think a lot of reason why older men aren't in it. I think that plays a card. I also think that they don't want to have it like kind of what I was saying. They don't want to have it be this thing like how WCW, when you first turned it on, I remember as a kid, half the guys in there were pretty dated, you know? And now you hear a lot of stories about the younger dudes who were still there being like, yeah, it was bullshit when Hulk came, and then all the mid-card guys never got an opportunity to get bumped up. I think the current idea in the WWE is next generation, you know, like let's get this going. I mean, the Miz is still there, and the Miz has been there for 25 years at this point, which I gotta say, when he first joined, I thought he was a joke. I think he's turned into one of the best heels in the biz. He's been there 25 years.
Give it to him.
And
it's crazy.
He's good, man.
He talked about it.
Yeah.
Like from him talking about it on Real World or World News, whatever it was, then him doing the like WWE competition show. And
Tough
then
enough.
like now, and then it's like, yeah, now he is a
Full-blown dude.
legit
Yeah.
wrestler.
Bro, he's a senior in the locker room at this point. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of the upper echelon dudes. He's been there one of the longest. Long standings, you know? Cody Rhodes, too, a.k.a. Stardust. I mean, that's family legacy right there. I remember Dusty Rhodes when I was watching WCW. And obviously, Goldust was a fucking classic.
This is wild.
A lot of that stuff you can't even find on the internet. There's a lot of stuff from when we were growing up that the WWF does not want you to see. As I called it, WWF. They do not want you to see. There's Goldust scene. There's a lot of the girl stuff too, because after we started watching it and when they did the Diva Empowerment thing, a lot of like the girls that we had watched that were kind of like when they would fight, they would just kind of grab each other's hair and all that. They've tried to like get rid of that because the girls now are like full blown wrestling. You know, like they're good. Like, dude.
Yeah.
That Australian chick, Rhea Ripley, holy shit, bro, she's amazing.
There's another.
Liv Morgan, love Liv Morgan too. She's adorable. I'm in. I'm back, baby.
Who's the lady wrestler that like she does a lot of the like top rope, crazy twist jump stuff? I don't remember.
Is it one of the Japanese? There's these two Japanese ladies that are unbelievable, and they're a tag team.
Yeah, them.
Yeah, they're good, bro. They're good.
Watch.
It's the one that spits out
the
she has the mask and she comes out and she takes the mask off every match, right? And then she spits out her finish is that she spits out green stuff on your face. That's one of her moves. Yeah, I can't think of her name, and I'd butcher it if I had tried anyways. But she's awesome. I guess I got a bunch of new characters that are on lock.
It's Asuka. Yeah, same here. I think Asuka and
Asuka. Yeah.
Sky
Yes.
are
Jared,
the two.
yeah. She's cool, man.
Yeah, they're legit. They do, like you said, their matches are like super entertaining to watch.
They're on Raw. You know, so the way it works, Jared, too, is that you know, there's two different companies now, right, or whatever. Like there's Thursday or it used to be Thursday when we were growing up. It's now Friday SmackDown. That's on USA. So I can't watch that. I probably could if I wanted to, but I'm not. And then
it's not worth.
Mondays is on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
The biggest bullshit though is the amount of commercials that you still get, even though it's motherfucking. I pay for my Netflix, which kind of pisses me off.
Is it cause yeah, that's weird. But is it because it like it's their own thing in a sense? I don't know how they get away with that. Like, yeah, you're paying for Netflix to not have commercials.
I guess it's because it's live or whatever. Is the
They're
theory?
just like technically broadcasting it to you. Like,
So it still has But here's the thing though, it's only broadcast by them. So what? You know what I mean? Like what? How does that add up?
Yeah, that's weird. That's not cool. That's super annoying.
But I don't think there's like a guy or a gal that I'm like, oh, like this is my person. But they also got a lot of the classic shit right now. I could go off about this for days, but they got a lot of the classic shit right now also available on wait, how do I
Netflix?
Yeah. How do I join your group again? What the fuck? This game is so confusing.
Friend list. Yeah, there you go.
I gotta be online.
Change my car. I mean, yeah, it definitely, like you said, is like, oh, I kind of want to watch some of those like old, either like ladder matches or like it'd definitely be super cool to watch the Undertaker Mankind cage match.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Derby Allen, he's in the AEW. He is like he's the current Mick Foley. So if you want to watch like some crazy new hardcore wild shit, Jer, He's kind of the guy I'd recommend checking out for that style of wrestling and stuff. I mean, they did an elimination chamber this past Saturday. So, I mean, they're still doing wild stuff, but it's just not... It's not as often and as frequent as when we were watching it. Because I think that, they're trying to keep the injury levels down, and I don't know if I don't know how it's working.
I mean, yeah, it's probably with how apparent, like, the whole, what is it, CTE is of, like, hey, somebody's having, like, repeated damage to their head.
The Chris Benoit shit, like, they ignore all that at all cost.
Yeah.
They've wiped him, bro. He doesn't exist.
Yeah. I kind of remember that, of, like, his bio was, like, removed from their... Yeah, it was like they quickly distanced
Well, they
themselves.
actually, if you remember, Jared, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos where it's like 10 gnarliest things that happen in the WWE. Number 1. I've been really enjoying those, right? And that Monday, after that weekend where he killed his family and took his own life, they did a whole Raw dedicated to him, where Vince McMahon came out in the ring, and they did a whole dedication. I remember it too, and I forgot about that. I was like, oh my God, they have deleted that. That is gone. That is for sure gone.
Yeah.
And then a lot of they removed him from all like the highlight reels and stuff like that. But if you find like a pay-per-view or an event he was at, his matches are still there. They just don't highlight it the way they highlight other legendary wrestlers. And he's never getting in the Hall of Fame and all that kind of shit, which totally makes sense, but also is a bummer because he should have been. Like, he was such a good wrestler at one point. I mean, what he did is horrendous. Not only is he banned, but his son's banned. His son wanted to become, not the one he obviously took the life of, but the other son wanted to become a pro wrestler and all that. And I think the WWE was like, no, man, we cannot have your association with within.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. There's a lot of drama, obviously. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of beefing, too, obviously. In and out of, like, real beef. Like, real beef, obviously. People have a big issue, former wrestlers, that Triple H is in charge. I'm waiting on you, Jerry. You got to press A.
Oh, my bad. Like, just because it's, like, do they say he's not fair to them, or they're just like, I just don't like the guy. Excuse me.
Well,
I just don't like the guy.
Well, there's one person in particular that always has had an issue, which is Bret the Hitman Hart. But that makes sense because who's Triple H best friends with? Fucking HBK. Who fucked over, fucked him over as far as he can. Like the screw job.
Montreal.
The Montreal screw job. Which I don't know if I super disagree with. Because when you actually look into it, at that time, people were swooping belts and leaving and going to other wrestling organizations and carrying the belt. And for example of that, Mick Foley did that. Okay? Mick Foley did that. And I didn't know that.
Like, where did
he was at WCW. He left WCW and went to fucking Japan, and he had a title in WCW. And then went and did independence in Japan. With he carried his title. It happens, Jared. Right now, Dominic Mysterio has a Latino belt right now from Latino Wrestling, and he's carrying it around in the WWE. This does happen, and I think what the story really is Vince was convinced that Bret was going to take that belt if he didn't, because his contract was out that night, Jared. If you look at the finer details,
yeah, that was like literally his last. That
was literally his last match. If he would have stayed champion and beaten HBK that night, because he told Vince he didn't want to lose in Canada. That's what it all comes down to. He didn't want to lose in Canada, and Vince didn't trust him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all how you look at the situation. You could take Hitman's word and say, nah, man, he wasn't going to screw him over. But we all know how Vince McMahon is. He takes no chances.
Yeah.
He takes zero chances.
Exactly. That it's like, why risk it when I can just tell my other wrestler, like, nope.
At the time, WCW was winning the Monday Night Wars. This is prior to Stone Cold being Stone Cold. This is prior to DX being the badass DX that I fell in love with.
Yeah, I feel like that like started it all. Was like, oh shit, they
actually no, it was another year, Jared. It was another year.
Yeah, that's close enough.
They were getting they were getting destroyed. Like yeah, I mean, yeah, in the grand scheme of life, yes. But they were getting destroyed, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's all how you look at it. It's all what video are you watching and what side does that person sit on?
Yeah,
who's editing the video about the situation? If you watch Brett, he's gonna say it one way. Not that the McMahons or anyone actually, they don't really even acknowledge it. It's more of the fans that are acknowledging it and talk about it more than anything. Although the Hitman definitely acknowledges it. And he's still very sour. And also, I mean, look what happened to his brother. Like, he's got a lot of reasons to be sour with the WWE and the McMahon family.
Yeah.
But then when you say the McMahon family, it includes Hunter.
Yeah.
I actually think the person that got screwed the most in the WWE is Shane McMahon, because I forgot how many gnarly matches Shane really had.
Dude, he had some of the
he fell off the top of the Hell in the Cell.
Entertaining.
We always forget that. He did the same bail that fucking Mick did. Now Mick did it first, so we're like, oh, Mick, you know. But Shane also fell from that.
Or even the one where he was
climbing up the front of
Well, that, but like again, that one where he's climbing that and he fell from that super high distance. But the one where he's fighting Kurt Angle and Angle tried to throw him through the glass and it didn't break right away and he just lands on his head on the cement. And they I think
that was real glass.
3 times.
That's because they accidentally didn't realize that they hadn't actually switched out the right paint. It's something crazy like that.
That I've watched a video. Dude, Shane
was gnarly, dude.
Dude, Shane had some crazy. I don't know why I thought I was gonna do better than 12th.
I actually did really good.
Shane has had some crazy matches. Because I remember, because it was always a thing, when Vince would have a match, it was always kind of a joke or whatever. It's sure, Vince is super buff and stuff, but it's oh, he obviously can't wrestle. But then Shane came in and would have a match, and it's oh my god, Shane can actually do this. This is wild watching him. That he definitely earned the fans respect with how much he put himself on the line in his matches.
Yeah, dude, he was nuts.
I don't know. Stone Cold's antics were always fun.
But even when I go back and watch some of the acting in those matches and stuff, you realize oh, I was a kid. I thought a lot of that was good. And you watch it now, even some Stone Cold stuff, and you're this is bad, bro. This is really bad. I will say The Rock, man, The Rock was very good, bro. He might be the best at in-ring personality that they've ever had. I don't know, man. He's got to be top 5 in-ring personalities.
Yeah.
He was so phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it, about the way he did it.
But a lot of stuff
captivated you.
Do you remember when Mark Henry supposedly had sex with the old lady?
Yeah.
I watched this thing of the top things that. Yeah, it was Moolah. Dude, and then she had a baby, and when it came out, it was just a glove. Dude, it was just
so weird.
There's so many crazy things that happened when we were kids
weird.
that yes, if you compare it to how it was to where it is now, dude, they could not do when we were watching it. There's no fucking way. It was so bizarre and inappropriate when we were watching it. It really was. Now that I've watched stuff, I'm oh my god, yeah, it was nuts, dude.
Yeah. I think I'm looking at an image of the hand thing.
Dude, the hand thing was insane, bro.
It's so weird.
Dude, also, if you go back to the night that... this one's just random. It's the night that The Rock comes back after he had finished doing the Scorpion King. Bro, everyone's reaction to him, there's so much funny jokes in it. I can't even, Stone Cold has a whole scene with him. that's super funny about the Scorpion King. There's a Mick Foley walking in the back alley, him and Al Snow, and then The Rock runs into him, and he has this whole exchange with him. That's fucking hilarious. Where they mention the Scorpion King. It's a crazy cross promotion, but it was done so well and funny.
Yeah. Because also like going back and seeing the CGI in Scorpion King is just like, oh, even at the time, it just
that movie was horrible. I did not like it.
Silly. No, not at all. And didn't they then give him his own spin-off after that?
That is the
like
spin-off.
A more proper...
Isn't Scorpion King is the spin-off, I thought? Or no, was there another one?
I thought there was another one. Because I know the Mummy one. Well, no, I guess you are right. It's literally called the Mummy Scorpion King. I thought they gave him like
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think he had a
story.
It was like a straight to DVD though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think. I'll have to look after this match. Because yeah, he was also a thing where it's like, oh, he wasn't in the Mummy movie all that long, and then when he was, it was that weird scorpion monster thing. Oh my god. Are you gonna see the new Mummy when they release it?
Brendan Fraser's back?
Yeah, Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
Yeah, then 100%. I'll see it at the drive-in.
I actually think all of them. I think her, the brother, and then the Arabic guy. I think all four of them are coming back for it.
I'll see it at the drive-in. Because that seems like a drive-inable movie, right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty bright. God, dude. I even played this a little bit. Thought I was doing pretty good with the drifting, but I still clearly do not have it.
Oh, that was the other thing. Okay, so, I'm going to Hawaii, hopefully, if everything goes accordingly. Thanks a lot, Trump.
You're flying the opposite direction.
Yeah, I know. But, it just feels awkward even. Doesn't matter. We won't get into that. We stay positive here. My mom busted out a bunch of photos from the last time we went when I was a kid, when my grandpa got his plaque or whatever at Pearl Harbor. And I realized, dude, I wore so many Rock t-shirts. Like, I wore like 2 or 3 different Rock t-shirts on that trip. Like, little me just rocking these, like, if you smell, like a giant rock on the front. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot how big of a fucking fan I was, not just of wrestling, but of The Rock. Like, I'd forgotten, like, it had slipped my brain.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I had a ton of different t-shirts and shit. But, like, dude.
Yeah, no.
I still have one
see
t-shirt.
it.
You know which one I still have.
Really?
Yeah, I used to wear it at every WrestleMania when we'd watch it. I am the game because I'm that goddamn good. And in the back it says Triple H. I got that at SummerSlam with Tracy and Anthony. And that was the last time I went to a live show, and that was our freshman year of high school.
Yeah, I think it was a thing where we
you and
later
Nick went
found
to that,
out,
right?
Like, yeah, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, we were all there. Which is crazy to think about too. Now, that's what I'm saying, Jared. Like, I don't know why I fell out of it. I don't regret that falling out of it. It's kind of like Pokemon, where I didn't think about Pokemon forever until Ryan brought it up and brought it back to my attention.
Because I feel it was like sort of like you were saying with like when we first got into it, it's like, all right, you still have the old cats that are in there mixed with some of these new guys, and so we were coming in with like, oh, the new guys of like The Rock, Stone Cold, and like we became their fans where they started filtering out, and then you get like the Miz and the John Cena's, and it's kind of like, who are these guys? Not into it. And now it's just all new guys that is kind of like, okay, I don't have like any skin in the game, so like I'll watch these guys, and it's like, they're good.
I think when they did the draft, if you remember, when they bought out
like
WCW and they split it to SmackDown had one set of dudes and Raw had another, I kind of fell out there. And also, when they bought WCW and ECW, and they had to migrate all those people over, it became a little overwhelming. For some reason, it was easier to have WCW guys here at Nitro and my WWF guys here, and I would flip the channels back and forth on Monday. It'd be like, oh, these guys are wrestling? Fuck these guys. I'm going over here.
Yeah, you had more of an option than just like, oh no, it's just there's no other channel to go to. It's just these guys watching. I don't want to watch it right now.
Yeah. And then, like,
Then-
I don't know. I think that kind of pushed me away. And also high school, right? Like, let's not lie. Like, we were in high school. It wasn't cool to like wrestling at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into skateboarding and like, you know, high school. You got into guitar, and I'm sure more. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, we just are.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you said it. I actually think the only because Austin, Chow, and I like we went to like the super small, like we met the Dudleys. I remember that.
So, what was that called? A dark show? You went to a dark show?
Yeah, we went to a dark show and we like met the Dudleys, and I went to like KB Toys and stuff to go get like Dudley figures for them to sign, and I kind of remember Devon was just like, huh, cool, bro. It was very clear. He was like, oh my god, bro, you're a dork. I feel that might have been like one of the last live wrestling things I did.
I'm surprised to hear that, though, because they seem like they'd be like legit dudes.
One of them was way cooler than was like, he was more into meeting the fans. You could just tell.
Well, I think Devon was dealing with a lot of back issues and stuff, probably at that point. Like, I don't know. Because I know Bubba continued for a lot longer than Devon. Devon at one point couldn't walk. And then he had to do DDP yoga. DDP's helped a lot of people. You know, Lex Luthor couldn't walk, and DDP helped him get back up to walking and shit. I know DDP also helped. What's that famous Butterbean? Butterbean was pretty like bedridden and shit, and DDP helped him get back to like walking shape and shit. DDP's kind of a badass.
Crazy. Yeah, I've watched like a little video on him talking about that. I'm just like, yeah, man, I couldn't move myself. Somebody suggested yoga. I like tweaked it to make it work for me. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, I think that video then did like kind of talk about the Butterbean. I'm just like, he was super like proud of being able to help him.
Yeah, Lex Luthor was in a fucking wheelchair too, and I'm pretty sure he got him out of a wheelchair, which is crazy. Like, he heard what happened with Butterbean. He's like, DDP, you got to help me now, and he helped him.
Yeah.
There's this interviewer guy, Chris something on YouTube, and he interviews like all the guys from our childhood and shit. And he's like probably around our age. Awesome interviews, dude. That's also, Jared. When I've been walking Oscar, I've been listening to those. Dude, I'm back, baby.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's been the cold and like not feeling well and shit for some reason. Because you could put on wrestling and not like super pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, it's going to be pretty standard. Then you can tell when, like, oh, they're about to do a cool move, and then pay attention. God damn, I keep just losing.
I mean, the females have come so fucking far. I got to reiterate that. It's so crazy to see them that. Because I remember growing up, and I don't think this is even me being hard on it, because I've gone back and looked at some of them. The girl matches, a majority of them, were very sloppy and not, you know, traditional wrestling. Now they're almost the same level as the men.
Yeah, they used to do like the bikini matches. Like,
yeah,
again, it's very
sexual,
silly,
very
stuff.
sexual.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They were not giving them
China
to do.
China was the first one that like was like, oh shit, like she's throwing down with the dudes and like doing moves, but you think about it, and I heard Jericho say this, she was hella stiff. He said he hated being involved with any match with her.
Yeah.
Because Vince and Triple H and shit were like, don't fucking hurt her. Like, we'll kill you if you damage our main female chick. But at the same time, she was super stiff and like just couldn't like, you know,
go with the flow of just kind of how they were used to wrestling, I guess.
When you look at it now, you can point out like Goldberg, right? You're like, oh, dude, he's way too gnarly with these dudes. He's way too gnarly with these dudes.
Yeah, I've watched some of like, Goldberg's like sloppiest
Bro,
moves or whatever, and it's like, oh my god,
he got
damn
better.
near,
He
like,
got
killed
better.
people.
He got better
Okay,
over time.
yeah.
He did get better over time. But dude, when he first comes out of the WCW, if you look at some of the matches and shit he was doing, it
They're
was
crazy.
It was insane,
They're
bro.
crazy. Yeah,
He could have.
it's
He
like,
was easily could have killed somebody. Easily could have killed somebody, bro.
Yeah.
It's nuts, dude.
Yeah, he didn't know how to necessarily like protect the other wrestler.
Well, the
He knew how to
spear,
do the
bro.
move.
The spear was like he's just like I'm gonna wrestle tackle, like I'm gonna football tackle because he was a pro NFL football player for the Atlanta Hawks.
And then what was the one where he would like balance them up?
And
then he would drop them that like.
That's his finisher. What the fuck is that called?
I don't remember what it's called, but just like the ones where it's like a
jackhammer.
Let's see, just that it was like when you do it to a bigger guy, you can tell it's like, oh, he is struggling to maintain his balance and not just drop this dude. Goldberg.
Jackhammer, right? Jackhammer.
See you later.
Jackhammer. Got it. Dude, I loved wrestling. Like, I really did. And I forgot how much I loved it as a kid till recently. It was like Star Wars, wrestling, then skateboarding. Like, that's my childhood. Star Wars, wrestling, then skateboarding. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, wrestling was very entertaining. And then again, like when they would have the crazy storylines, that was just like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Yeah, dude.
It's messed up.
I remember I can't think of one like in particular night, but I remember there being nights where Nitro and shit would end on like a cliffhanger or something, and I would be like torn up by it.
Yeah, dude, like just keep the cameras rolling for a second longer.
No, like what's about? Wait, what? You know, like, like I remember when Sting changed to the red and black, being like, what? He's part of the NWO, like what? And being like kind of broken up by it.
And Hulk Hogan going the like dyed beard and stuff. Oh my god.
I can safely say, and I feel good being able to say this, I never liked Hulk Hogan. I never was a Hulk fan. Never. I did not like the NWO white and black. I liked the red and black when that happened.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those like watching Hulk. It was always like, dude,
he's bad wrestler, bro. Like the big leg drop, the like his like his like shaking thing. I thought all of it was just like, dude.
True vitamins.
Like if you're gonna if you're going back to then, it's like Rey Mysterio was one of the most badass guys at that time for in-ring performances. For WCW. I won't lie too. I was a WCW kid for a long time. For a long time, I was WCW. I actually thought WWF was like for like bad kids. I really did. That was my perception.
Yeah.
Like 6th, 7th grade, I was convinced that like, oh, you like WWF, like you must be like, you're more intense.
Yeah. For like being first introduced, I feel like my buddies in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, whatever it was, they were super into WCW. My dad was into WWF. And it was just like, wait, why aren't I seeing the same guys? Like, I didn't understand that they were like separate groups. But then because my dad liked WWF, that was the one I watched the most when I was younger.
Dude, this is so crazy. I remember one, like, I don't even remember what it used to be called. Okay, it was Mondays was Nitro, Thursdays was Thunder. WCW Thunder was on Thursdays. And I don't think that they had a weekend show. And then for WWF, it was Raw's War, right? That was what it was called, too, Raw is War. It turned into just Raw. No, it was Warzone.
Yeah.
It was Raw and then Warzone, and it was one continuous thing. Whatever, doesn't matter. They didn't even have SmackDown. I don't know if they even wrestled on Thursdays. And they had Sunday Night Heat. Sunday Night Heat was the other one they had.
Yeah, Yeah, I remember the Sunday and Monday, and then I think it's like you said, when they started bringing over the other guys. I think they're like, hey,
it was when The Rock became.
they had SmackDown.
They had SmackDown. Maybe I'd have to look it up. Maybe for a millisecond prior to. Dude, we should do a fucking 90s or late 90s tier list of the wrestlers. That would be sick. Just from when we grew up.
Yeah.
What was the Mexican dude with the white and black mask that used to do the funny dance? And he had the chair. He had a white and black mask. He was in WCW. And he'd do that. He was also in the video games. And he looked like a skeleton.
I can think of that, of like...
That was his taunt. His taunt was... And I didn't like him in wrestling, but in the video game, I'd play as him all the time.
Type in WCW. Not Sting. I know it's not Sting, guys. Come on now. Come on now.
Oh, Action Zone was the replay of the week show. I remember that. God damn, I'm a loser. Yeah, Sunday Night Heat. Yup.
Greetings.
Yeah, I definitely remember Sunday Night Heat and Monday Night Raw.
That was it.
Nice.
And then wasn't there one on Saturday or something, or was that
That might have been WCW. I got right. Thunder. I was so right about that. It was WCW Saturday Night. That was all it was called, Jerry. You're right. It was Nitro. They were 3 days a week. It was Nitro on fucking Mondays. Thursday was Thunder, and then Saturday Night, which was longer lasting. Originally, it was Nitro and Saturday. That was it for like hell years. And then they added in '98. They added Thunder. I think Thunder predates SmackDown.
Yeah, that was their WWE's response to it. Oh, jeez.
I gotta go.
Not good at that start.
It's all coming back to me that the past week. I also went in my closet.
He's doing the dance right there. That's totally this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's his name? It doesn't matter. Look at that afterwards. Something with a P?
Yeah. So then it's probably La Parka.
La Parka, yes.
Yeah, I'll send you this video so you can see it. Because 10 seconds in, he does a little dance.
Yeah, dude, the dance was amazing.
God, I don't understand how. I mean, besides being really bad and I keep hitting walls, but I just don't understand how I get so far behind the pack, and then I just cannot catch up. And I missed boxes all the goddamn time. Oh my god. I'm gonna switch my car after this.
Yeah, I went in my closet because I was like, wait a minute. Do I still have my foam hands? And I found my foam hands. I have, they're both so fucking old. I have the DX Suck It one where it's the giant X.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found my Hardy Boys where it's the giant hand.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my Hardy Boys foam hand is probably at Nick's somewhere.
I think I got that. I think I want to say I got that at SummerSlam.
Yeah. And yeah, I remember I had a couple Jericho shirts, hella Hardy shirts.
I had a ton of The Rock, Stone Cold for the most part. Maybe I think I had a couple Sting shirts. It's crazy. Like I said, I was a huge WCW guy, but somehow I never went to any WCW events. I only went to WWF events.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so weird, right? But like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they were. I guess I'd imagine they were better at promoting of like, we'll be in your town. Like, I feel somewhere during the episode it was always like, this week we're gonna be in this city, and
they came to
this
Cow
one we're
Palace.
gonna be, you know.
I saw them at the Cow Palace back in like the early 2000s, or maybe it was late 90s, like 99, 98. I saw Cow Palace a couple times.
Yeah.
Never saw WCW though. Never went to a Nitro or a Thunder. Only went to like a Raw. I went to a dark show at Cow Palace and maybe a Raw at Oakland Arena. Something like that. And then I think that if I'm not mistaken, when we went to Backlash, it was SAP Center, right? San Jose?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It was definitely. I sent you that video in the general chat.
Yes. That's 100% it. Yes. Yeah.
And then yeah, like when he goes and gets thrown into the corner, he like does his little dance.
Oh, fucking ad.
Yeah, it's like 15 seconds.
Dude,
so cool.
that first move alone though, where he swirls that guy around him, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I miss. Like, dude, some of the shit is fucking amazing, dude. Yeah, he does the dance out of the corner, and then he does the knees. Yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then he catches the guy off the top turnbuckle. And then he does the dance holding the dude. No fucking way, bro.
Like, yeah, again, just such good showmanship.
Is that the kid, if I'm not mistaken, is the person he's wrestling? Is the kid? Oh, no, that guy has a mask on. That guy has a mask on. It's not the kid.
It still could be him, but just,
yeah.
You know, before he...
Because he was a part of the Ravens group, right? Kidman?
Oh, yeah.
What was the name? What was the Ravens group called? Oh, God, do you remember that, Jer? He had like a pack of weirdos.
Oh, wow. Raven. Holy shit, I have not.
Raven wrestled in WWF for a while, too, in hardcore matches and shit, when they did the switchover.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he was super sick. Raven was dope, dude. Specialized in hardcore matches. Yeah, I'm back in. I'm not even going to deny it. You know what it also was for me? And look, I like John Cena now. I've come around to him. But when he Raven's Nest. When John Cena first came out, that was another thing that kind of turned me off of it. It was like, this is the guy that's like the popular dude right now?
Yeah,
like,
the new guy.
What the fuck is going on over there? And I remember just being like, that was after Stone Cold. Stone Cold had the abuse allegations. He was out. Rock had left to become a superstar. HBK was back, but he was obviously never the same after the whole back injury with Undertaker in like, what, 95, 96? Or was that later? It might have even been 97. They were in like a weird position at that point, right? In my opinion. This is my opinion. Jericho was there, and he kind of was a headliner at one point because of like who was left.
Yeah. And I feel like, Triple H was transitioning into the like leading role or whatever. Maybe it was hurt. I don't remember when he like tore his like entire
leg muscle while wrestling,
or whatever,
and he finished the match anyways, which is insane. And if I'm not mistaken, Kurt Angle flips him over on top of. I watched that match not long ago, Jer. He in the past week and a half, he flips him over, Jer, on top. He puts him through the table, and he already has a torn leg muscle, and then he does the like Kurt Angle leg thing on him. He has a torn leg muscle, and Kurt Angle does the leg thing on him. It's insane.
Yeah.
Bro, there's a bunch of shit like that, Jer. I'm telling you, you don't even watch wrestling. Watch like those YouTube videos where it's like top 10 injuries in WWF, like shit like that from when we're kids. You'll be like, wow.
Like when I forgot to change my car. When do you remember when Vince came running into the
And he broke.
to the ring and missed?
Yes, he fucked up both his
He like
legs.
sliced, he like sliced him in half or whatever, and he's just sitting there like, dude, there was.
He couldn't get up,
the
and everybody's
injuries.
like, "What's going on?" And then they had to
It's
do the
just-
whole skit. But Vince, because
he's
Vince is
just
such a
sitting there.
badass, he sat on the ground during the whole skit.
Just, yelling at everyone.
Yeah, that's definitely in a lot of the highlights of top tier things. All right, did you know? But this one's weird because we neither of us watched when Undertaker finally lost his streak to Brock Lesnar. This isn't even that long ago. He doesn't remember that. He doesn't remember any of that match because Brock dropped him on his head on one of those. I think it was a German suplex. And he doesn't remember any of that, losing or any of that shit.
Oh, wasn't it like at WrestleMania?
I think, yeah, was that WrestleMania? Yeah, because it was part of the streak. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you watch it back, you're like, oh yeah, you could see when it happens. You know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, he's out. But then there's like certain, well, obviously, remember Draws? That one's super famous.
Yeah.
He got out of the hospital finally. He passed away. He's passed away now. That's the thing, Jared.
Yeah,
like they had to change the rules to wrestling and shit. And people are like, rules. They had to, bro, because too many of those dudes were dying at an early age.
Horrific injuries that they suffered. Oh, what?
And I get it. I get that they have to be a lot safer now. Like it makes sense.
Indeed.
You die?
Shut down. Shut down. Oh, the battery died.
Can you plug that in and play from like still handheld or no?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Warmer power. Wow.
The minute I brought up wrestling, though, I lost BK and Sadizzle. They're both like, we're out of here.
Yeah, they stuck around for a second with soccer.
Yeah. I mentioned soccer in the video game. They're like, okay, you got me. And then they're like, oh, he's still going on about this whole wrestling thing. We're out of here. I figured as much. I knew that you and Nick D were big fans back in the day. So, what's crazy to me though, BK was a bigger fan than anyone in my opinion. BK was watching when he was in college. I had already stopped. BK introduced me to some people like AJ Styles. BK's the one that introduced me to AJ Styles. And that was another reason I got really into it last week is AJ Styles was retiring and they did his whole retirement thing last Monday. So that actually now my whole story is fucked up. I was watching old matches, feeling hella sick, realized AJ Styles was retiring. I was like, oh, that's fucking crazy. I kind of want to watch that live. So I watched the live AJ Styles retirement night, which was like a whatever, but he came out in the ring, did a speech. Undertaker came out and inducted him into the Hall of Fame, which will happen at WrestleMania, which was cool. It was cool to see Undertaker and hear that music, right? It was like, oh, damn, I turned it on tonight. And although, Jer, he does a mixture now of the original music and then it turns into Kid Rock, which I do not like. So you hear the dong and the lights go off, and that music starts, and then he comes out on a motorcycle, and I am an American badass. It's like, no, dude. Okay.
Oh, dude, that was another one of like I remember that episode where
he switched it up.
Gone for a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
I do too. I didn't like it. I still don't. I still don't like it.
Yeah, I can think of him coming out on that motorcycle. He had his like sleeves off of his button down. It was just like, what?
No, he had the shirt where he cut the whole sides off, so it was just flapping in the wind. Yeah.
Like his headband. It was very much just like, what is
with
happening here?
Sunglasses too. He had like sunglasses on, bro. Yeah, did not like that. Dude, the coolest Undertaker, in my opinion, and people are probably not going to like this, and this is the one that always stands out to me, is when he had the corporate ministry. I liked the corporate ministry storyline. Or the ministry, and then when it turned into the corporate ministry. When it first started off, and he steals Stephanie McMahon, and he puts her up on a cross. Do you remember that? All that shit.
I don't know if I ever like saw that live, but like I definitely remember that image.
All of that, dude.
Um,
I loved all of that, man. Like that Undertaker. That's my Undertaker's when he did the corporate ministry or the ministry and then turned into the corporate ministry. He's going up against The Rock and shit, Stone Cold. He's stealing people or whatever. Dude, it was so cool.
yeah, and he had like the cape and stuff.
And he had what? Viscera? Fuck, what was the other guy's names?
He had Boss Man, China.
Boss Man China didn't come till it was corporate ministry. When it was just the ministry, it was Viscera, and then there was a weird guy with not Al Snow. It looked kind of like Al Snow though. Doesn't matter.
Wasn't it the guy that like that then started mentoring Edge and Christian? What's his name?
No. That not that guy. That guy ended up wrestling even for fucking I think you could have seen. I saw him at a Hood Slam event.
Really?
Yeah. I think he real fell off, dude. Ministry of Darkness.
He had the.
Oh, dude, you are right. Dude, you are right, Jared. They were all members. Paul Bear, Bradshaw, Farouk, Minion.
Minion. There you go.
That's the guy I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Dennis Knight, Leatherface, Naked Minion. Oh yeah, Naked Minion. That was after the ministry broke up, and they didn't know what to do with that guy. Obviously. Edge, Christian, Gangrel. So that's the original. And then when it turns into the corporate ministry, it's like Vince McMahon, Farouk, Bradshaw, all of them, Triple H, China, Big Boss Man, Rondy, Pete Gas, Joey Abes, and Paul Bear.
Yeah, I must have caught the end.
I don't remember Rodney.
Like right before they broke up.
Yeah, Big Boss Man, you're right. Because Big Boss Man was, at that point, he was like he was Vince's like hired bodyguard when they were doing the corporation. And that was with Test, and that's before. This is when Triple H starts to bang Stephanie. Because, yeah, right? Because what's his name? A member of this? Ken Shamrock, Sergeant Slaughter. What was the Test? Right? Wasn't that his name? No, it's Test. Yeah, Test.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Because he was dating Stephanie in real life, and then Triple H swoops in real life. That's the crazy thing about WWF is when it crosses over into real life. And it's like, so this is fake, but they actually are married.
But like, yeah, this part became real.
Well, do you remember when Edge fucked Lita behind Jeff Hardy's back? That's real. That's real.
Really?
Yeah, that's it started off real. Edge even like left, or Jeff left for a second because he's like, I can't. You could look up the full storyline, Jer, but that's real. He was actually heated. Same with Kurt Angle's wife cheated on him with somebody, and that's real too. There's some real situations in there. And what's crazy about the wrestling, and I'm still talking about this, I'm gonna talk about it all night, is they let some of those storylines carry over into the show, which is so. I don't think they would do that now.
Yeah, no, I know Lita was super upset about them using that, of like making that a storyline.
She could say that now, Jared, but if you go back and look, her and Edge did a whole scene where they had sex in the middle of the ring under a sheet on a blow-up mattress, which is rated one of the worst WWE moments of all time. It's in like the top 10, which makes sense too. That's insane that they did that live on TV.
Yeah, that's wild.
So I'm sure she backs out of it and says whatever, but I mean, she did cheat on her boyfriend, who was Matt Hardy. Wasn't it Matt?
Yeah.
And then when you know what's crazy? She ends up with none of them.
Really?
Yeah, Matt Hardy's married and has kids with some other lady. Yeah, 2005. So yeah, we definitely weren't watching. Uncomfortable feuds of all time: Edge, Lita, and Matt Hardy. Love Triangle. And this is not on a WWE website. This is on some other website. But yeah, it was definitely the situation was real. And then if you watch the matches, you could feel like some of those hits they're not pulling.
Bro, I just got points deducted because they're like, your last race didn't end properly. They thought I was bailing on it. That's crazy. And if your points go too far below, you can't race online. Wild.
Matt Hardy was out for a year with a knee injury. But Lita had she's still contracted to work, so she's still there. And that's when it happens. Has an affair. Edge was also married at the time. Wow. Them wrestlers, dude.
I mean, yeah,
Them wrestlers,
like said,
dude.
just being on the road for extended period of time and blah, 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 blah.
The WWE convinced all involved to turn this into a storyline.
Really?
And then they had to let go of Matt Hardy because Matt Hardy he got fired for a while over all of this because he was getting hella crazy about it. Yeah, nuts. You could dive. People could dive into that on their own, but man, it's crazy, dude. And that's not the only one, Jared. Like that's what I'm saying. Those videos where you're like top 10 wildest moments. When it comes to wrestling, those videos are really good.
Mm-hmm.
He still
That's
wrestles,
so crazy.
doesn't he? Yeah, he's in AEW. And the Hardy Boys
But
are in
under his,
TNA.
like, normal.
Yeah, because he
his
doesn't.
normal name.
I think that WWE probably owns Edge.
Yeah. Eric Copeland.
Yeah, same with Christian. He's not part of the WWE either. Yeah, a lot of the guys.
He's also
A lot
in
of guys we
AEW.
grew up with, they ended up at other places, and they have hard feelings about WWE. Dude, it's a business. At the end of the day, if you got your feelings hurt, then you're fucking stupid, bro. I also get why you'd get your feelings hurt, and I'm not saying you're not warranted to it, but it is a business.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you're not like The Rock, Undertaker, like the super, super big names.
Well, even
I think
Undertaker
Vince
was
is gonna
about
be
to
like,
leave.
Kick rocks.
Undertaker almost left to go to WCW when it was peaking. He's talked about it since then. That Kevin Nash and Scott Steiner came to him and were like, "Hey man, it's grass is greener. Come on over." And he was like, "Nah, fuck that." He started. I didn't know this. He started off in the WCW in the early '90s. They fired him and said he wasn't going to be marketable, and then he went to the WWF, and Vince was like, "Let's do the." Or Vince and like the writing crew came up with the Undertaker, and the rest is a wrap. So he felt indebted. He said that I watched the whole thing on it. That's such a fucking loser. How do you phrase it? He's like, oh, the Undertaker character was starting to get real dry. And he's talking about the one with the big, when he wore the black and purple and he had the big tie. He's like, that whole gimmick was getting tired. And Nitro was like, WCW was killing it at that time, and he was hella jealous. He's like, I'm over here wearing black and purple and a giant tie, and they're doing the NWO and like drinking beers and doing more adult content, and we're over here still doing silly costumes and shit. And because it's pre-Attitude Era, and he debated leaving. And he said it wasn't over money. A lot of times, what's interesting to me, Chair, is that they'll say it wasn't even about money necessarily. It was more about where the company was going. They're like, this isn't going in the right direction and shit.
That it, felt, as he said, very gimmicky
Yeah.
to them.
He also thought that he thought that The Rock was going to be a flop because the WWF, when he was Rocky Maivia and he had that funny outfit with the dangly. I don't know if you remember that. He was like, oh, I thought The Rock was going to, even with his grandpa and dad being, famous dudes, I thought that he was going to flop.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that and John Cena. He thought John Cena was going to flop when he first came out.
I mean, so did I. Like
So
you
did
said,
I.
it was just kind of like, what? Who is
When he
this
was
guy?
the-
And then it's just...
When he was the Wigger dude and him and Vince dropped the N-bomb and shit, it was like, whoa. Do you remember that? Have you ever seen that clip?
I've seen that of Vince. I didn't know John Cena.
No, John Cena doesn't say it. Vince says it, but it was in the John Cena storyline arc.
Oh, I see.
And Booker T standing right there. Booker, I think on record, Booker still says like that was weird.
Yeah, that I remember.
I love Booker T too. What a great! Oh man, when he was in WCW, fuck man, he had some great moves, dude. He was one of my favorite
Booker T was
WCW.
cool.
I didn't like his storyline when he became the king or whatever and did the lion shit in the WWF. That was also by the time I was already tuning out. But his WCW run was amazing. Yeah, like that's the thing, Jared. We tuned out. Like, there's a lot to still watch because we stopped watching. I think both of us did around the same time, and there's like from 02 to 05, even when Rock and Stone Cold are still there, there was still a lot of good shit that I missed out on. That I'm now like, oh wow, I didn't know this happened. Like, I didn't watch a lot of when Mick was the general manager. I didn't watch any of that. I forgot Mick was general manager for a long time because he couldn't wrestle anymore.
Yeah, I imagine us just hanging out, smoking weed. It was like, well, can we go do that instead of watch, Monday Night Raw?
But I wish we would have smoked some weed and watched wrestling. Now looking back, I'm like, man, that would have been some good times.
Yeah, definitely could have combined the two. But yeah, it's like you said, it was like, oh yeah, just slowly started doing other stuff, even though, like you said, there was a couple dudes that was like, oh, I still like this guy. But yeah, I don't know. It would be really interesting to go back to around that time, 2005, 2006, of the stuff that is like, oh damn, I missed this. Yeah,
because there's a lot of tables and ladders. They did because TLC became a pay-per-view, and I didn't watch any of those really. Because the original TLC match, if I'm not mistaken, was at a SummerSlam. If I'm not mistaken, it was one of the last SummerSlams I watched. It was Dudley's versus Edge and Christian versus the Hardys. I think that's the infamous one where he hangs from the Dudleys. Matt Hardy and Devon are hanging from the belts. Do you remember that? The ladder gets kicked out from underneath them.
I remember that. And I remember the one where they like ended up going into the crowd. And,
yes.
Like, Jeff does like the swanton off like the entrance.
I think
like,
that's the same match.
Okay. That would make sense. That one was like the wildest.
Yeah. I think that's the first TLC match.
That makes sense for them to go all out for that of like, hey, see, look, the audience likes this. And then after that, it's like, okay, you don't have to go so crazy. Those were great matches. I love it. Because what, the Hardys were all about the ladders. Dudley's were the tables.
I guess Edge and Christian were 10 chairs. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because like when they would like come out and they would just like clock people in the back with the chairs and stuff. And yeah, I don't know.
Do you remember when they used to put people's head in? They'd open the chair up and slide someone's head? Dude, there's certain things they used to do that's insane.
And then what was the I just like saw it looking at something with, I guess that could have been Edge and Christian, but the concerto. Do you remember the concerto?
The concerto, yes.
Dude, a lot of the stuff they did is like, I don't understand how more people did not get severely.
Well, dude, thumbtacks.
I mean, I guess they obviously did. I guess
thumbtacks,
they did get hurt,
bro.
But it took so much longer. Dude, the thumbtack stuff is crazy.
Do you know the first time they ever had thumbtacks?
Was it the I imagine it was Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Was it the Hell in the Cell?
It's Hell in the fucking Cell. And if you watch that, I mentioned to Jared, I think this is off camera, but that I watched the Undertaker and Mankind. There's a video. I recommend everyone watching this. I really do. It's the 25th anniversary of Hell in the Cell, and they review it together. Undertaker says that all Mick, towards the end of the match, all Mick kept saying was, Undertaker kept being like, let's go home, Mick. Let's just end this. Like, we got to go home. And Mick kept going, no, we have to get to the fucking thumbtacks. We have to get to the thumbtacks because it was going to be the first time thumbtacks were ever on national television in America. He had done it in Japan, but he hadn't done it in the U.S., and he kept telling Undertaker, no, we got to get to the thumbtacks.
Which is so crazy.
That's how it ends. It ends with thumbtacks.
He like pulled him out, and it's just like, oh, he's gonna get Undertaker. And Undertaker
he gets twice.
Yeah.
He drops him on it twice.
It's just like, dude, Nick could take a beating.
And that's after getting thrown off the top into a table
twice,
and thrown through the roof into the ring, which he says the thrown through the roof into the ring is worse. because just the way that the ring, you fall on it. And if you watch when he gets thrown through the top, what knocks out his teeth is actually the chair. He had carried a chair up on top with him.
Oh, and that fell on
And
him?
it fell on him when he gets thrown through the roof, and that's how his teeth go through his.
Know that.
You know how his teeth go through his lip, and then one of his tooth is stuck in his nose. Do you remember that?
When he's on the gurney, you can like totally see.
He goes into the corner of the ring and he smiles. Oh, they say he's smiling. Mick's like, I'm not smiling. That's just how my face is. And you can see it's his tooth is stuck in his nose. And Undertaker said, "Yeah, man, I thought that was just a big ass booger." That's so good.
Really, he didn't even like know.
He's like, I didn't know. He was like, I was just worried about you being alive, man.
Mm-hmm.
They said that only only the two of them and Vince knew what they were up to, and that's why JR and the King are so like flabbergasted because they had no idea.
Oh wow!
And if you watch, remember back in this day, they used to have two broadcasters. They would have the English broadcasters, and then have two Spanish broadcasters. If you watch that footage back, Chair, I don't think this. And Mick says, he said, I don't think the Spanish broadcasters knew what was about to happen. They jump out of the way at the last millisecond.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because Mick goes through the Spanish announce table.
Yeah, I don't think I ever like paid attention.
I know,
to
right? I didn't think about
the
any of that.
announcers of like
Yeah,
hey, they weren't in on it. They could have like.
They could have got hurt, dude.
That's crazy.
They could have got hurt.
They could have like probably broken a leg or something. Cut a leg.
And
Dude,
if you watch, Jared, they get up. They're like, huh, like at the last second, dude. It's crazy, dude. It's fucking nuts. Mick Foley, what a fucking beast, dude. He's my favorite of all time, by far.
Yeah, he had really cool characters. Dude Love, Cactus Jack.
The Rock and Sock connection, what a fucking time. I'd probably go Rock as my second favorite wrestler of all time. Actually, you know, I'm being a dick too. Sting. When I was really young and I first got into it, Sting was my guy. I loved Sting.
Sting was awesome. Yeah, Sting was cool. Just walking around with a bat and
in the
everything was
Raptors.
gonna pop into. Yeah, exactly.
And they would show it at the beginning of the night. They'd be like, "Sting's here."
I was just about to say, like, yeah, exactly. The night would start and it's like, we just had our first match and oh, look up there, look who it is.
And the light would go up and they'd show him walking around for a millisecond and then you'd be like, yeah. And then later in the night, he'd pop on down. Dude, so cool. Yeah, he was my favorite WCW. Awesome. But when it comes to WWF, it Mick Foley than Rock.
We should rewatch that movie.
Royal Rumble?
What is it, King?
Or Ready to Rumble?
Ready to Rumble, yeah, with Arquette and stuff. That movie is like surprisingly good.
You know what's crazy is like at that time I had already switched over to WWF, like because that's like Mick Foley at his high point. You know they actually did the Triple Cage. I never watched that live, or I mean I've never watched that match, the real version of it. You know the movie ends with the Triple Stat Cage. But they did that.
Yeah.
They fucking did that. Like, WCW went all out. Towards the end, before they got bought out.
Yeah, I feel one of my friends in middle school, he was like, dude, they're doing it. And I do remember seeing that. And it was, because again, it was after I'm now watching the Mick Foley getting thrown off, that it was like, oh my God, when are they going to go through the levels of the cage? And I think they only went through like one or two.
No, you started at the top, and then you had to work your way down. Yeah. Theirs was a lot less intense than let's be real, like that's why I switched over. WWF at that point had shown that it was taking the lead. It's crazy. We lived through the golden period of pro wrestling.
Yeah, some of the craziest matches.
I don't think I've ever played this map.
No, I wonder if it's one of the. Did we get a new one from Monkey? Yeah, no, this feels like a Monkey Ball.
Is this Monkey Ball? Oh, maybe, yeah.
I don't know. It kind of like the like whole mountainous background.
I think this is one of the Sonic games. This is Sonic. It's one of the newer Sonic games that came out. Well, I mean, maybe 5 years ago at this point. I don't know. Was it the open world Sonic? I can't think of the name of it right now. Horizons? Sonic Horizon? God, I'm a
That
fucking
sounds
nerd.
right.
If I could use my knowledge of wrestling, skateboarding, and other dumb shit, I would be like a fucking scientist. Or a doctor or some
Crypto.
shit. Yeah. No, you don't want to do crypto. Then you end up going to Dubai, and then I'd be stuck there right now, right? Shout out to all my crypto bros stuck in Dubai. Fuck it. That's not funny. That
Like
was
and
mean.
subscribe.
Yeah, that was mean to me, dude. That's not cool. But it is funny. Ish.
You know, it's like you said, it's a thing of cost of cryptoing.
Yeah.
So bad. I just don't understand how I fall so far behind.
It's crazy. Think about it. WrestleMania 49? Or, well, I mean, not bad. Is it, what, is this year 39 and next year's 40? Either way,
Oh, maybe,
next
actually.
year's supposed to be Saudi Arabia, right? With everything going on right now, I wonder if they're like, ugh, might need to already rebook that somewhere different.
Yeah.
It's crazy because the Royal Rumble this past year was in Dubai. That just happened. Like 2 months
I
ago.
remember reading that.
Yeah. To be honest, I gotta say this too. I watched some of it. Just highlights and shit. What I thought was interesting and I picked up on, every woman had to wear a long version of their outfit that covered them all the way from their wrist all the way to their ankles. And I noticed it because I really like Liv Morgan. You can look her up. She's adorable. She's the girl that's with Dom Mysterio. You've probably seen her maybe.
Yeah.
So I saw her, and like she always wears like booty shorts, yada yada, and she had a full blown like. That's what you're wearing?
Suit.
And then I know that's what made my eye notice. I was like, wait a minute, every girl in the ring right now has a full suit on. And here's why I think that's interesting, Jer. The men didn't. The men are still in their little tights, the little, what do you call that? The normal outfit. The traditional outfit. Gotta say, that's fucking weird, man. I don't know. I think that's weird that you would make the girls do that. But
You know? Gotta see those wrestler dongs.
yeah, that's a way to look at it, Jared. Not the other way.
Yeah,
I
I
like
mean, you know,
I like your
it's
spin.
kinda-
Your spin on
yeah.
it's one direction. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something that brings me back to a better time too. Maybe that's what like. This is pre World War III starting, but there was just something with me not feeling well and shit that like. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, it is what it is. If the news isn't going to call what it is, Tubi will call it out.
100%.
Well, okay, my bad. China's not involved yet. Sorry, guys.
But like you said,
we'll wait a few days. Wait for one terrorist attack to happen in America and watch what will happen. Yeah, just interesting. It's interesting. Like some feel goodery right now. It does feel good to watch with all the crazy bullshit going on right now. Sad shit going on right now.
And like you said, it is like with wrestling, it's like it's not deep. You don't have to pay attention.
Yeah.
It's super just it's again very visually entertaining that it's like, no, this is nice and easy for my brain to just like, hey, I need to like shut out some of this other crazy, terrible, sad stuff. So
I mean, I was getting so congested that like I was just like headaches and shit, and like my eyes were just like whatever. That I was kind of like listening more than even watching. Because, dude, good ring announcing too. That's another thing I gotta say, man. Some of them ring announcers, like Jerry the King Lawler and JR, when they were at their peaks. Now, I gotta say too, I'm pretty sure JR is a racist piece of shit, and I do not like him necessarily. But man, at that peak point, that he was really good at calling matches and shit.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of those older cats that we were watching, Jer, were pretty scumbaggy. Like the announcers and like dudes like that, like ring guys and shit from watching and shit.
Yeah, I would not put it past him. I actually don't know if I realized JR actually like wrestled when he was younger for a bit.
I assumed he did because I feel like to get into the biz, other than Vince, you pretty much had to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, is there any, well, like, maybe, I don't know if Paul Bear, I don't know if he wrestled, maybe not. And Paul Heyman, I don't know if Paul Heyman ever wrestled, but Paul Heyman takes bumps. I've seen Paul Heyman take hella bumps, and so did Paul Bear. Paul Bear took a bunch of bumps too over the years.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, Vince, for being the owner, you gotta get, like, Vince, a piece of shit. We all know it. Like, there's no denying that. But fuck, man, there's no CEO boss to ever put his own body on the line more than Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Of any,
Yeah, again,
there's no other company owner in the world that's done what he's done.
Yeah, to get in the ring and do a match with like The Rock, or I don't think he ever wrestled Triple H, Stone Cold, and like all of that of like letting Stone Cold like, yeah, I'm gonna hose you down with milk. Like,
No, that was
like, yeah,
that was with beer. The milk was
it was Kurt
when
Angle.
Kurt Angle
That was
came
Kurt
back.
Angle.
Yeah. That was Kurt Angle,
But,
Jay.
like,
That's funny you brought
yeah.
that up. Yeah, the milk. Yeah, the milk. Kurt Angle, man. Kurt Angle was fucking great, bro. He was
that
so
was another
funny.
one when he got introduced, it was like, what? Who is this? And then like quickly, like, oh, okay, he has good storylines. And
Dude,
like,
he was great. Yeah, I liked
he
Kurt
was
Angle, man.
fucking funny. Yeah, Kurt
I was
Angle
always a
cool.
fan. Yeah. There was the thing about when we were growing up, there was so many cool dudes. You know, there was so many, and chicks, dude. There was a lot of chicks too. They didn't, China, Lita, Molly
Hardcore
Holly. Molly
Yeah.
Holly. What was the chick that used to come out? Was it Kelly? Kelly? That used to come out with the Dudleys?
I know who you're. Was it Trish Stratus?
Oh, Trish Stratus. No, she was with Edge and Christian for a while. And Grant Gangrel, right?
Oh yeah, it was him. Oh my god.
Dude, I got last. That yeah.
No,
That's my worst
it
race.
wasn't. Tori from DX.
Tori. That was with Kane and X-Pac, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah! Oh my god, I totally forgot that.
You remember Terry with Goldust?
Mhm.
That was his real wife at the time.
Yeah.
Val Venus. I know that's a Fats favorite. I know Fat because whenever I talk about wrestling with Fats, he immediately goes to Val Venus every fucking time. Hello, ladies. Do you remember when Val Venus this is in one of the highlight reels. Do you remember when he pretended like he fucked Ken Shamrock's wife in a shower?
Maybe.
Or no, maybe it was Ken Shamrock's sister. Maybe it was his sister, not his wife. It was his sister. Either way, Val Venus, man, what a fucking character arc that was, dude. All of them, Godfather, all of these character arcs were so insane.
Godfather, wow. Mm-hmm.
Godfather was originally a part of the when I first started watching was the Nation. Domination. Devo Brown.
Yeah.
Devo.
Oh yeah.
Devo's the one that.
Devo's cool with his little like.
Well, he's the one that
shake thing.
breaks, draws his neck. Just that's like a highlight.
With was it a pile driver?
Pile driver. Yeah. He wanted to quit at that point. I don't think he does interviews or anything. I don't think you can find. Well, maybe. maybe I'm wrong. He probably doesn't talk about that situation though. Yeah, the head shake.
Especially.
I remember he used to wear the metal thing on his chest. That was like a gimmick he had for a while.
No, that was the boss man I'm thinking of.
Like almost like a bulletproof vest.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, you can find interviews and shit with him. I found him. That's cool. Yeah, D'Lo Brown, man. That was a cool character. Yeah, I remember when Jericho first came out. It was 1999 with the whole Y2J thing, and I remember the promos leading into it where the clock would come up, and they were and like you didn't know what it even was about. And I remember when they finally revealed him. Like I super remember that. Like, and I was a fan. I was a fan of his for sure.
I love Jericho. He was cool. His like lion salt he would do.
Once again, though, I liked his WCW arc, but I remember when he was one of the guys when he came over to WWF. He didn't jive with me the same way he had prior.
Yeah, definitely was like a cocky new guy. I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah, the cool thing though, dude, is a lot of the shit we grew up with, the WWE's already archived a lot of it on their YouTube page, so you can just watch it for free now, which is super sick.
That's dope. Snow. He was cool with his mannequin head.
Yeah.
Super weird with
Yeah.
it. They were just, they were so much weirder. Like when they were like, hey, we're going to do a weird storyline, they really just went with it and made it so weird.
And they did that for a
His
long,
thing-
long time. I would say up until
Yeah.
2010, there was really weird storylines and shit going on.
Yeah.
I'd say about 2010 is when it kind of, from my little recent studying on the whole subject matter, I think that 2010, 2012 is kind of...
Yeah, I was going to say like 2012, I think, is when they finally, there was no
They went PG.
more
I think
of
a
it.
kid died or something
Yeah.
happened, and they got sued or
Wow.
something. There's something happened. And then
He was
they
trying to
went...
imitate it or something?
I don't know. And they went super PG. And we're still like now. It's like obviously it's when they changed the television rating, Jer, because it used to be for like middle school and up age demographic, and now I think currently it's made for like all ages. Which also from watching the little bit I've watched, it's definitely not for all ages. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I did horrible.
Yeah, there's...
I do want to look that up.
Yeah. I didn't even, finish. They just stopped me.
That's what happened to me last one.
What? Blues Brother in the chat.
08, it says they went PG. They changed from TV 14 to... Okay, so it was 2008, I guess. I thought till 10 they were still pushing in the other direction, but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, it was called the Ruthless Aggression Era, because we were from the Attitude Era. That's what we liked. And then from the Attitude Era, after that, they called it the Ruthless Aggression Era, which I think was still pretty badass. I didn't watch any of that. Oh, it's the Benoit incident. Benoit happens in 07. By 08, they clean it all up. So it's Benoit ruined it all. That doesn't surprise me that it took the Benoit situation.
Yeah,
And that's when John Cena becomes the face of the company. He's new, he's clean, he's kid friendly. That's what it literally says right here.
Yeah.
No more blood.
But
Yeah, they don't really do blood anymore. Although sometimes they can't avoid it. Like in the elimination chamber or whatever, CM Punk got like hit in the mouth and he was bleeding out of his mouth. But I think that was real, you know? I don't think they're cutting themselves anymore. And I think the cutting also is that Eddie Guerrero at some point cut himself too deep. He was supposed to cut himself with a chair shot and he lost so much blood that he was like not doing well. And I think that's when they're like, oh, cut. If I'm not mistaken.
Jeez. Oh yeah, jeez. Against JBL. What was his? Bradshaw.
Yeah. Bradshaw, yeah.
Yeah, the ring. The ring is just like
Covered
in blood. Oh my god, that's wild.
Yeah, they stopped doing the cutting thing also in that time period. It says 08. So 08 must be when like Vince is like, God damn it. Fucking
You're costing me money. With all these like probably getting fined by the FCC and stuff.
Yeah, it was a Judgment Day match. Eddie Guerrero. So that was pay-per-view. Oh, that's 2004. So that's a while before they change it to the PG world. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero versus fucking JBL, May 16th, 2004, Judgment Day. That's a fucking match, dude. I haven't watched that whole thing in forever, but that's a... Eddie Guerrero, man. Fuck, was he great.
He was a good one.
Rest in peace, Eddie.
Character.
Great character.
Great wrestler.
Latino World Order, baby. I love that. Him, Conan. Was Rey Mysterio in the... I think Rey Mysterio was in the LWO.
I mean, I can see it. First, I should screenshot it, damn it. That was short-lived. I don't think I played this Pac-Man level. It was pretty cool. The little Pac-Man balls instead of the rings.
Yeah, I was thinking of Minecraft, but you're right. I don't know if we've done Pac-Man.
I'm curious if there was a monkey pulp. That's what I wanted to look at. Like again, I just don't know where I'm supposed to be turning.
No, yeah.
Play this. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm in last.
Oh wow, this is crazy.
How you doing? Oh, you're right in front of me. I see you.
Yeah.
That did nothing.
Yeah, my like items aren't necessarily helping me. I'm supposed to be doing something. Okay. Alright, I'll take it. Stay on track.
Yeah, I've been watching hell of the movies, Jerry, that were filmed at that ranch in Hawaii. That's been my big thing. I watched Jumanji last night. I can't find Jurassic Park anywhere, which bums me out. Like the original. I'm going to have to go Rasputin or something and try to buy it because I really want to watch that before I go. I'm like, that's the part of my Hawaii trip that I'm really stoked on is going to the ranch, the film ranch.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'd be super cool.
Other than that, to be honest, like, you know me, normally I do a lot of studying up on where I'm traveling. I decided with this Hawaii trip, like, I did a little bit, but, like, I don't know. It's not, you know, it's Hawaii. Like, it's not like, I don't know. It's not that kind of travel.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I think going to that ranch will be, like, super cool. That'll be, like, super scenic. And kind of also just like driving around Hawaii is like, that's cool enough, you know, just the coastline and everything.
Oh, I got a story for you, Jerry. This one's pretty good, actually. All right. It's not as interesting now that we're invading countries, but prior to that, we really wanted to go to the military base because Grandpa's name's on 2 plaques at Pearl Harbor, but he purchased a plaque for the Gudgeon or Grenadier. I don't remember all the names of all the boats my grandpa was on. It was the boat my grandpa transferred for right before the war. It got sunk with all hands on deck, but my grandpa had transferred a week or 2 prior to that happening. He's dead. My grandpa's dead now, but when my grandpa was alive, he always felt like some special way about all those gentlemen because they had all lost their lives. So he had purchased a plaque for them, but and on the bottom of it says dedicated by Charles H. Vervalin. We wanted to see that plaque as well. The issue is that plaque is inside the military base, is not at Pearl Harbor, the museum. Grandpa's name is at Pearl Harbor, the museum, but the one he bought is at the military base.
Like
Maryland,
the
actual military base. Maryland, which is still an active military base. Maryland contacted Pearl Harbor Museum and talked to them. They, of course, sent her to another person. She talked to them. Then they, of course, sent her to another person. She talked to them. And then they said, oh, yeah, we probably have availability on these days. And, of course, we'd already booked other things for our Hawaiian trip.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, oh, fuck, like now they said like Tuesday, Thursday. She's like, we might have to arrange things. I said, Mom, call first and let's find out if we 100% can get in. Because I had a gut feeling that this is prior to everything that's going on right now. That it seems weird to let me and Marilyn just walk on a military base. I assumed that they were going to have to, like, in my mind, like, pat us down and, like, they would walk us to the plaque,
like, background,
and then walk us back off the property. Because I've been on military bases my whole childhood, but Grandpa had to, like, get us in. You know, it wasn't like a thing you just roll on into military bases. And my grandpa was pretty high up. So Marilyn calls, and the guy goes, or I don't actually know if it was guy or gal, but the person goes, "Do you have a sponsor?" And Mom's like, "Sponsor?" She's like, "A current member of the military?" And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, wow.
And the person's just like, well, you can't come on the base unless you have that. And that ended everything right there. So for like 2 weeks, Marilyn's emailing, doing all this shit. Marilyn found that that's why she dug up with the photos. My story's all over the place tonight. Marilyn dug up all the photos of her last trip to Hawaii to find a photo of Grandpa next to the plaque, which there is one. Grandpa, me, and Paige. Me and Paige are like, yay, hi. Grandpa he's holding Paige, and we're next to the plaque.
Yeah.
She sent that. She even found Grandpa's ID card, his U.S. military ID card, or Navy military ID card, right? They don't give a fuck. And that's prior to everything that's going on right now. But what bummed me out was like, man, y'all should have just told her no off tops. Why'd you make her go 2 weeks of emailing back and forth? And then she had to call this phone number. Like, what was the point of all that?
You guys,
just say if you have to have an active military pass.
Exactly. If I knew the bottom line was like, hey, is somebody, like you said, is somebody going to be like escorting you, blah, 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 blah. That is like, why was that not the first thing of like, oh yeah, you could totally come on if you have an active member or something. Then, like you said, it would have ended it right there instead of like, well, talk to this person.
And yeah, and I don't know anyone currently in the fucking military, obviously. We're old to even know anyone that if they were still in, they would have to be a lifer like my grandpa, and that's far and few between. Normally, you only stay in to like 30. You know, unless you're pretty high up, because you get they kind of boot you out. So that's not happening. So unfortunately, I will not get to see that plaque.
The plaque for
Marilyn was going to email and ask if there was any way they could take a photo of it. Now, that was last week on like Thursday or Friday. Obviously, since then...
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be taking any pictures.
I don't think anyone's going to be taking a picture of that right now for us. I don't even think they'd respond to my mom at this point in time.
No, I think they're like, I'm sorry.
And I don't even think my mom's... I don't think she's even thinking about that, nor should she be at this point. I am curious, though. Is it still there even? I don't know. You know, it's hard. Like, we'll never know.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we renovated it and blah, 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 blah.
Sorry, that plaque got thrown away. And dude, it's a
Yeah, like, it's in
decent
the
sized
drawer
plaque,
now.
Jerry. This isn't like a little plaque. It's like a full on 2 foot tall, like, you know, on a wall thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it lists every gentleman that are, yeah, they're all men. Obviously, this is back in World War II. It has all the guys' names that were on that boat that went down. All hands on deck.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I was picturing like, you know, a smaller one that it's like, oh yeah, no.
No, the one that my grandpa's name on, honestly, is like there's a. If you obviously never went to Pearl Harbor, right?
No, I've been once.
Okay, yeah. So there's like a wall. There's like multiple walls in a row where they have everybody's name who was there, whether they died or they lived. Grandpa's name's just in the assortment with everybody's names. So it's gonna take me like an hour to even find Grandpa. I don't know if it's. Hopefully it's in alphabetical order, and we'll go to the V's and look for Grandpa's name, right? Versus the other one's cool because it said dedicated. And I know I'm being a loser, but
Yeah. No, that's a pretty cool thing of like, again, I don't think many families can like say that, like, no, there's my grandpa dedicated his, you know, plaque to these men that he like knew. And like you said, like a week before, that's so
I don't know if it was exactly a week. Grandpa maybe embellished his storytelling.
But yeah,
and that
but, you know,
nowadays,
before it.
yeah, you can Google probably when that boat sank because all that kind of shit's documented. So I don't want to say a week and then it's like, nah, that was way longer than a week. But yeah, it was something like that. It got sunk and then yeah.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
Interesting.
And like, yeah, because again, I'm sure he never forgot that and probably crossed his mind.
I'm sure he forgot it for a while there, because he was in POW camp for a couple of years there, right? So he probably wasn't. He was thinking like, "Fuck, am I gonna live?" But then I think once he retired and all that, yeah, he was like, "Oh shit!" Like, because he probably didn't even hear about it, dude, until he got back to America, like a couple years later.
That's true.
Or maybe I don't know. Actually, I have no idea because I don't know where that boat sank. If it sank at Pearl Harbor or if it sank off the coast of Japan.
And then like, yeah, then if they announce it to all the ships of like, hey, just so everybody knows, or like you said, of just like, oh no, you can find that out when you're back.
Yeah. Well, think about it, dude. Communications and shit was probably a lot different in that time period than it is now. I mean, when Grandpa was in the Navy, a submarine could only stay underwater for 1 month, about a month. A nuclear submarine currently can stay underwater for about 3 months. That's fucking nuts. And that was quite a few years ago when Grandpa was still telling me this type of information. I have no idea what the last, 10, 15 years,
like
the development
exactly.
of
It could be like a year now, 6 months, whatever. That's probably,
Well, if
most
I'm not-
likely gone up.
When Grandpa died, it was us and Russia had the best submarines in the world. And I think, technically speaking, China now has the best submarines in the world. So I don't even think Grandpa lived long enough to see that happen. He was still following along with all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because when he got cancer and he was officially, on the way out, a captain of a nuclear submarine, I don't remember the gentleman's name. He was still a current officer or commander. He came over to Grandpa's house. He was in his outfit and everything. He stopped by.
Talked to him and everything.
Yeah, because he wanted to hear stories and shit. He'd probably heard my grandpa was on his way out. My grandpa was one of the last guys alive from that generation. That was a submarine man. Not all. There was other people alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came over and talked to Grandpa for a while.
Was he like older or was he like 30, 40?
I mean,
at that point when
we
he
were
had
in our
come by?
1820s, right? I felt like he was hella old, but now thinking about it, he's probably like 40. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
But when you see a guy in an outfit like that, you're like, oh man, this guy's gotta be.
Yeah. At that age, anybody who's not in their 20s is like, nope, that's an adult.
Yeah, now that I'm
That's an
pushing
old
40, you're like, oh yeah, he was probably like my age currently.
Yeah, it's like, no, he wasn't old. No, man.
Yeah, you're like, nah, he wasn't old, man. He was pretty young. He was in shape.
he was fine. He was fine. Young man. I feel like we've gotten a lot of the same levels tonight. This is not the first time.
Oh my god. What was that?
Of course.
Oh my god. I was doing good and then I looked off to the left at my other screen and just went right off. And now I'm in last. And you cannot re-gap. Like, there's no...
It's so hard to close the distance when you really do, like, fall a certain... Like, if you're behind for too long, it's like, okay, I can see that guy, but it's like, I don't think I'm actually going to catch up to him.
I'm behind you, so I don't want to hit you with anything.
I'm going to go for it.
No, I'm trying to... I got boosters anyways, so... But it don't make any difference. Somehow I have boosters and you still are like... You were right next to me a second ago.
Yeah, I do feel there's some things aren't balanced in that way of like again, you had boosters and I just had like that spinny drill thing. And
Oh,
it's
that
like,
spinny drill... No,
took off.
that spinny drill thing's good, dude. That spinny drill thing's like unbelievable.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's
Oh,
like
okay.
maybe the best weapon in the game. No! I just can't stay on the track too, bro.
Yeah, there are certain points where it's like, man, again, I still haven't figured out the drifting, so I just keep sliding off on the bigger turns. I actually got to finish that race.
All right, let's do one more and call it a night. We've already hit our 2-hour mark.
Let me see if there's a monkey ball level. I wonder if they'll make a new monkey ball.
I saw they did the indie showcase or was it yesterday morning or this morning? But to be honest, the thing about the indie showcase is that unless you actually watch it, just reading the names doesn't do me any good because it's like, oh, these are all indies. I don't know any of these games, you know? I need to watch it.
Yeah. It doesn't look like there's... Looks like it's just the character in the car.
Wait, so we all got those characters for free? Oh, wow, yeah. I got the Donkey Kong dude. It's weird how we didn't get SpongeBob or the Minecraft people for free or Pac-Man. But then they gave us Monkey Ball.
Yeah.
Is that... Oh, because they own Monkey Ball. It is Sega. Ah. Sega
But
is Monkey Ball. Minecraft's not Sega, so they're paying...
But-
they must be giving them a kick down. Same with
But
SpongeBob.
what about Pac-Man though? Isn't Pac-Man?
No, Pac-Man is
Sega?
Namcom, isn't it? Am I right? Am I that big of a nerd?
That sounds right.
Yep, Namcom. Bandcam Namcom. I swear I only know that, everybody, because I was in Japan last year like a dweeb, and I went to the Namcom arcades, and there was big Pac-Man images and shit, if I'm not mistaken. Because
dope.
that's the dope arcades that I was playing the JoJo game. I really wanted to go back to Japan this year, but I do not think, unfortunately, that will be happening.
Yeah, probably not right now.
Yeah, maybe next year, bro. Maybe next year we'll get to go to Japan. I think this will be America only year for traveling.
Yep. Yeah. Mexico.
Well, Mexico was cracking off 2 weeks ago, but then, you know, our news cycle works with whatever our fearless leader decides to do. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Mexico in a hot minute. Yeah, exactly.
No, what's up with the Venezuelan dude? Is he like, what's going on with that? What's going on with everything? We never know anymore. Fucking idiots.
It's a very short news cycle. It's like, hey, did that distract people long enough? Nope. All right, let's start something new.
Well, not to get too in depth on it, but I'm convinced that the only reason we even went into Iran is because Bill Clinton did that interview on Friday.
Yeah. It's definitely a, like, bro, you aren't fooling anybody.
Well, I guess he's
what
fooling
you're doing with
Iran
this
though, because
shit.
they seem not to realize that that's what's going on. But then why would they care? Because they don't give a fuck. It's the people are dying regardless.
Yeah, for them they're like, that's cool, bro, but like you just fucked our shit up.
It's such a weird situation. All of it. We're in like a parallel universe of like weirdness.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it just keeps getting weirder. Like, I think it can't get any weirder. Next week comes and it's like, oh shit, they have two themselves. God, how do I keep missing these boxes?
Well, he's got to be running out of things he can do at some point. Well, no, that's not necessarily true at all.
Yeah. Again, that's where it's like, oh no, I was surprised this was some crazy shit. The memes are funny. Like Mark Rubio memes.
Yeah.
Literally drove straight into a wall. Wasn't even a turn. Just did not register.
Even when I focus, I'm focusing so hard right now. I'm still like, I can't get it going, dude.
Yeah, it's like, dude, oh man, I'm
All right,
not gonna mess up. And then again, like that one, literally drove straight into a wall. All right, 10th. No,
Oh, I
the
got
highest
I'll
I
take
got
6.
tonight was 9th.
I think mine was 5th. All right, let's call it there.
First place. You know, those couple times when you first started playing. Ugh.
Yeah, I've gotten a few first, but as it's gone on, I think because I've ranked up higher, I don't know if it's like Fats Fortnite style or what.
Probably to a degree, at least like probably with yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it like affects the type of items they decide to give you.
Yeah. Well, good stream tonight, dudes. BK, Sadizzle, who were here earlier, that was cool. I didn't know BK was
Mixing
that
the
much.
vertical chat.
Oh, is he? I don't even have that open. I didn't know BK didn't like Scream that much. I'm still looking at what everything BK said because it's hard to talk and read everything at the same time. I'm still not good at that.
Yeah.
He really did not like that movie. I'm reading now. I'm like, oh yeah, Beaks did not like that movie.
He didn't like Nev Campbell. And again,
Beaks made a comment about her being old before we even saw the movie, and in the movie they made a comment about. She makes a comment about like, "What am I, too old?" And I turned and looked at PK. I thought that was funny. I was trying to say this earlier, but we were debating or whatever. I thought that spoilers. I thought the daughter did it, and I turned to BK midway through the movie, and I whispered, "I think the daughter did it." And the movie ended, and it's not the daughter. And BK was like, "You idiot!" And I was like, "Yeah, my movie would have been interesting, dude, if it was the." I have my own theories on how it could have went to make it better, but I still like enjoyed it. I'm hung up on it.
Like again, I do think it is a thing where it's like Scream, like what the franchise is. You know, it's like it's not necessarily supposed to be the most serious like horror slasher movie. It's like they are poking fun at some of this stuff to a degree.
It's a little bit of a girl.
Like,
it's a girly horror. Not girly horror, but like teen horror. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Teen horror.
Yeah.
It's meant for a younger audience.
And again, I do think it is supposed to be like goofy and like absurd. Like again, I think I miss the whole point of Emma Roberts like throwing herself through the table of like, oh, the lengths people will go to be famous or whatever. That like I imagine that's part of what it is, but for me, it just goes over my head of just like, oh my god, that's too silly. But it's like, no, that's the whole point of like how ridiculous she is doing this. thinking she's, in the right and I'm going to be famous now.
In 5,
I don't know. I feel that.
the Enora girl. I don't remember her name. She won the Oscar last year.
Like Mickey,
She's also
Mickey something.
She's also one of the Manson girls in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She kind of plays that role, Jerry, in the 5th one, where she's like, "This is what it takes to like we're gonna be legends," kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting take on it, like, But I guess it is kind of what Stu wanted too. If you look at the first movie, Homeboy is like weird and wants revenge for whatever happened to his family / like that the dad slept with his mom or whatever the fuck happened, right?
Yeah.
But then Stu's character arc is more of like a,
like
I'm doing this for the
as kids say,
fame. Yeah.
doing it for the plot type thing. I'm just like, I don't know. My buddy wanted to do this. I thought it would be cool. It's like, again, it's like there is that comedic element to these movies of, and again, because one of the things I think BK also said was like, oh, they went too far with the kills or whatever. It's like, dude, the first movie opens with them like gutting Drew Barrymore and hanging her from a tree and stuff. Like, it is supposed to be over the top.
And like and the fucking garage opening scene and the TV on the guy, like a lot of it's way crazy over the top.
All of it.
Anyways, go see Scream, exactly. Everybody. Stay safe out there. Fucking hopefully all this shit will end in the relative future and things will go back to being normal. Well, a form of normal.
Yeah, a new normal.
The new normal, yeah. Till then, I won't be here. I won't be here for the next Yeah, I won't be here. I leave Tuesday. Yeah, so fuck, dude. We're on vacation. We're on vacation for the next couple weeks.
Might pop up on a little live stream, walk us around the beach.
Yeah, if I have internet and shit. Yeah. Why not, Chair? Maybe I'll do it from the beach. Some beach.
Yeah.
Till then, guys,